Shalom. Before I begin this video, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakal Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. They continue to rule very well to this very day. Let's continue to feed the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. And shalom to the Hof elect. Let's continually plowing in his work, giving diligence to make your calling and election sure, in faith, true sincerity, and also in all charity. Now, the topic of this video is going to be entitled "The Chip," or should I say the mark of the beast, is revealed. Or should I say the mark of the beast is well known. Because, now it's common knowledge that we're heading to an era to where now this technology that you see right now is going to be advanced towards the technology of a small microchip, which is the size of a grain of rice, to be implanted within the body. This new form of this new age that we're coming into is under the term of transhumanism. All right, because see, now what you're seeing is a process moving from, now they're making statements saying that the human body can only do so much. But with this new chip technology, they're saying that now you'll be able to overexceed what the body is capable of doing. And really, this is an act of rebellion, which really is an act of war against the Lord, in which, of course, they always put out the notion that this so-called country is a God-fearing country, but yet there's nothing here that shows you or shows an example of the fear of the Lord, which is the name of the Heavenly Father Yahweh and the Son's name Yahushai. There's nothing here that shows what they're saying. It shows that the statements that they make concerning that notion that they like to push out. But the thing is that this chip technology and them being able to, them making statements like that, and claims, they're trying to overexceed, or they're trying to outdo the Most High. All right, really, and Esau has always been about that. Which Esau, of course, we all know as the so-called white man. That's common. That's also common knowledge. And which this truth that's being pushed out for years and years on end, starting with the apostle elders of Great Millstone on down. This truth has been pushed out so much that now the things that we speak about is common knowledge. Babylon the Great is common knowledge. The revealing of the mark of the beast is common knowledge, man. Martial law, World War III, all that is common knowledge. The destruction of America, even you got Edomites that support that this place is going down. All right, and when I say that about them supporting that this place is going down, in other words, they're saying the same things that we're saying. They're saying that, look, this society that's ran right now, which is based on debt, this economical system that's also based on debt, it cannot continue. It's gonna go down. And they also made observations that you had a previous kingdom, which was the Roman Empire, went down the same way that America is going down right now. All right, it's going down the same road. All right, so this truth, man, is right now is basically now is just to the point now where it's common sense. I'll put it to you like that, because this word's been pushed out so much into the airways that the people cannot deny it now. There's no denying that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. All right, you cannot deny that, and you can't refute it, because it's crystal clear now. It's clear. It's right in front of your face. It's even now to where I got the screen up right now. Right, I just did a common search of RFID microchip, right, in which this is what you get. All right, because the microchip is now being made popular. The elder Kazak put out a video showing Kim Kardashian and John Legend's wife, basically going to, body modifications. And that just goes to show you that this place is going to start using, or should I say the elites, the elites of the so-called white men are going to start using celebrities to push out this new form of technology. These celebrities are going to be used as their puppets to push forth their agenda. All right. Now, these other accounts are not going to speak on this. The other accounts are not going to speak on the mark of the beast being the microchip. Even though it's right in front of them, they're not going to speak on that. Because why? Because they're full of pride. Because they would have to admit that we were right all along. And they can't do that. All right? They can't admit that for their wrong, for the things that they've been teaching were wrong. They can't admit that, because they built up an establishment, a foundation that wasn't built on Yahweh Bashim Shah. It was built on their own belly. All right, on their own agenda, what they wanted to do. And see, now is so much information is coming out on the mark of the beast. Is that now you it's absolutely no way that you can run away from it. All right, you have to accept it. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the scriptures. I didn't want to make this video too long. Just want to make a quick point. Go back. All right, it's the book of Revelations, the 13th chapter. And I'm not gonna start at the 16th verse. I actually want to start a few verses up. All right, it's the book of Revelation, 13th chapter, in the 11th verse. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." All right. Now, just to throw out a little bit of a meat, a steak, so to speak, is that this beast coming up out of the earth that had 2 horns like a lamb and spake as a dragon. The reason why I spoke as a dragon is because that dragon represents Esau, the so-called white man, which is the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right, because that dragon goes all the way back to the Greek and the Roman Empire. Okay, so it stemmed all the way back to the Greek and the Roman Empire, right? In which those empires consisted of Edomites. Okay, so today you have the seat that you see right now is made of primarily Edomites. All right, in which they broke the norm by putting another heathen in the seat of power. All right, or so-called power, because we already know how that works concerning the presidency seat. They had a Hamite there to basically to play a role of this is a common term now known as cult of personality. So they had him set up, and you already know what I'm talking about, Barack Hussein Obama. They had him set up to create that cult of personality, because he wasn't of our nation. He's not of the nation of Israel. He's a Hamite. All right, through the line of his father, should I say? All right, because people look at us like we got 2 heads when we say he's a Hamite. He's a so-called African, which we already know there's a difference between us and the original so-called Africans. All right. But reading on again, it says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." Now, those 2 horns represents the Democratic and Republican House. All right. But those words that are coming out of that beast stems back to those previous empires that were ruled by Esau or Edom, which once again was the Greek and Roman Empire, in which this system right now is set up based on those same principles. Okay. Now, verse 12, it says, "And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed." And that's talking about the Roman Empire. All right. Because guess what? The Roman Empire collapsed, It was destroyed. And guess what? It's made its way back in this time in the form of America. All right. That's the reason why I made mention before about Edomites linking the downfall of this place being similar to how Rome fell, because Rome, the issues that were going on with the Roman Empire, those same issues are prevalent today. Okay. So it said, cause of the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly one was healed. And that's these people being in an American state of mind. All right. Which once again go back to the Roman Empire. Verse 13, it says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell in the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by the sword and did live. Now that image is not talking about Serapis Christus. The image of Serapis Christus is not talking about the image of so-called white Jesus. All right. It's not talking about a literal picture. Okay. The image that is talking about concerning the image of the beast is talking about the Roman system. All right. Because the system that you see set up right now, like I mentioned before, is based on Roman principles. The same government structure that they had back in the Roman Empire is the same thing today. You had the plebeians and patricians back during the time of the Roman era. Guess what? You have the Democratic and Republican parties. You have the Roman Senate, and today you have the Senate here in America. All right. And you had your Caesars, right? That were back then, they were ruling. And guess what? They're back today, man. Those same Caesars that are ruling, you have Caesars today. And they're known as the ones that sit in the presidency seat. Okay. So that same system is here today, man. All right. The same structure. You see most of the structures, these government structures, or should I say infrastructure, Shalakia, are based on the Roman infrastructure. All right. You had the Roman columns that were set up. You had the different designs that were back then during the Roman Empire. Those same designs are used today when you speak about how these different places were built. Okay, which is reminiscent of Rome. All right. So reading on, it says, verse 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. See, because it's going to come an ultimatum in that day concerning the mark of the beast, whether you're going to take the mark or you're going to starve, because it's going to come a point in time to where everything's going to be regulated by the microchip, which is once again is the mark of the beast. And at that point in time, it's going to be to the point to where, like I mentioned earlier, is that about that ultimatum, is that concerning this chip technology, this is going to be the only way that you can even function in society, man. All right. So it's either you take the chip and just live for a moment here in America, or reject the chip and they're going to be forced to whatever measures that they deem fit. All right. Now that's on their terms. Now for the men of the Lord, since we've been speaking about this for so long, and we held fast the word of faith according to what Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua commanded us to do, he's going to protect us in that day. All right. And we wholeheartedly believe that because that's based on faith. You know, they look at us as faith-based Israelites. Well, guess what? It's impossible to please the Lord without faith, like the scriptures say. All right. So if you don't have faith, then guess what? He's not pleased with these individuals. All right. Now, verse 16, and this to the point, it says, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. See? So, and that's the prophecy. Okay. So everyone is going to be forced to take this chip. Everyone's going to be forced to take this mark. Okay. either in your hand or in your forehead. Because guess what? You go to the book of Revelation, the 14th chapter, in the 9th verse. It doesn't specifically say the right hand. It just says or either in your hand. So it can be your right hand, your left hand. It can be in your forehead. It can be in your chest, wherever, man. You know, it boils down to the acceptance of the mark of the beast. So if you accept the mark in any part of your body, all right, even if it's in your foot, guess what? You just accepted the mark of the beast, and that's a sign of rebellion against Yahweh Shemel Shai, and he's going to judge you for it. All right, to those that are outside the circle. And you already know what I mean when I say circle, all right? Now, Revelation the 14th chapter and the 9th verse says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. All right? So that's the reward for taking this mark. All right. That's the reward for being rebellious against the Lord, man. These people take it as a joke. You know, these people think that, you know, we're playing around when we say these things. But look, when that time comes and all hell breaks loose and that mark of the beast is presented, don't say we didn't warn you. All right. Don't say that there was not ever a video put out on the mark of the beast. Don't say that we never went out on the highways and byways and told you about these things before it happened. Because guess what? When it happens, you will have no excuse whatsoever. Okay. Revelation, the 3rd chapter and the 10th verse is what I was speaking about earlier. Right. This is the scripture verse I spoke about concerning the men of the Lord being protected in that day. Now it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them which dwell upon the earth. All right. Because see, now we're keeping the word of the Lord's patience. So he's going to keep us from the hour of temptation. The hour of temptation is going to come in the form of the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip being presented. All right. It's going to be presented to us, and we have to resist it, man. All right. And believe that Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to carry us through that day. All right, the hour of temptation. Okay. And it says it's going to try us which dwell upon the earth. And verse 11 said, behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out. All right. And I will write upon him the name of my power and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem, which is coming down out of heaven from my power, and I will write upon him my new name. All right. And we're in the process of that right now. All right. We're already in the process because guess what? We've been given the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. And we wholeheartedly believe in that name. Okay. In which verse 12 is a mouthful. All right. And that's not only going to the name, but it also speaks about New Jerusalem, which people think that's a literal city that's going to come down and lay flat on the earth. That's not what it's talking about. That's talking about when the Lord returns and delivers men out of the destruction. Then he's gonna have us return back onto the earth and establish the kingdom. All right, which the scriptures deem it as New Jerusalem. All right, why? Because it's gonna be fresh. Everything's gonna be refreshed. Which really Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. All right, so when it speaks about Jerusalem, it's talking about the Israelites, which consists primarily of the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and also the ones who's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Their lines go back to Jacob. All right. It says, and I will write upon him my new name, and that word "new" means kainos in the Greek. Look it up. It means kainos, which means refreshed. All right. Something that's refreshed, brought back to memory. Okay. Because now we're remembering the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai. We're remembering the Lashon Kodash, which is in the Hebrew it means holy tongue, which is the Hebrew language. We're remembering these things now. So therefore, that's why I made mention earlier that we're in the process of going back, or we're being made pillars in the temple of the Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. But that's pretty much it on this video, on this lesson. And Just want to bring out this quick video concerning the mark of the beast, because that is the hot topic, man. That's going to be the hot topic for the end of this year and going to the next year, man. All right. But now the spirit is heavy on the mark of the beast, and the reason why is because we're coming to those times to where it's going to be presented. All right. That's why the spirit is so heavy on it right now, because something's about to happen. All right. You know, these elites have always been speaking about a false flag attack, in which that's a very real thing, man. All right. It's been stated by one of the elites, and I don't remember exactly who it was that was a part of the elites, the bankers, but he said that they just need one event to instill their New World Order agenda. They just need one major event to basically close out on this period, or this time period, and to usher in their New World Order. All right, which the Lord is going to put a stop to that. All right, the way He's going to put a stop to that is what you're seeing right now. His men that are out on the highways and byways, the men of the hopefully elect, which Lord's will were part of that number, are going to be used to thwart His plans. All right. And we're coming to that time real soon. So like I mentioned before, or like I said before, Lord's will is edifying to the body of Yahweh Shemel Shai, the hopefully elect. Until next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that continue to rule very well to this very day. Shalom, peace and safety, salutations to the hopefully elect that's still to this very day continually plowing in His work and giving diligence to make your calling, election sure, and faith, true, sincerity, and also